What's up everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be going over day 2 of Advent of Code, and as always I wanted to bring all of y'all along and streaming setup. Alright, so we are here with day 2, Dive. I'm going to take a few minutes here to read the problem and figure out how exactly I want to go about doing this, and yeah, feel free as before to pause, read it yourself, figure out how you want to do it, and we can come back and share notes. Okay, so taking a look at this, it sounds like we have a few things we need to think about. So one of them is that we have these commands for forward, down, forward, up. Basically, there's a forward and then a down and up. So the forward affects our horizontal position. It looks like we only go forward on the horizontal, and then we have up and down, which up decreases the depth because, like, if you're in a pool, makes sense. Like, up means you're going higher to the surface, and down increases the depth because you go lower to, well, the sea floor. And then we have these two values, our horizontal and our vertical value, and at the end we just want to multiply it because there's also these numbers that will increase or decrease those two horizontal and vertical values, and once we multiply them at the end we get this value. I guess, hold on, let's switch over to the nice template that I have put over here for our convenience, and let me write out how we are planning to solve this. So our goal is that we want to keep track of our horizontal and vertical values and then multiply. So from there, there's a few things we want to do. So initialize our horizontal and vertical values. Have a check to parse through each line. So each line would just be something like this, 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 this. And split command and value. Depending on command, add, subtract value to horizontal and vertical after going through all commands, multiply. Alright, so as before, let's set up a sample, which is going to be, for now, what is in the problem. You know what? Let's do this an easy way. Okay, so we're gonna just put this here. Okay, and then this is going to give us expected to 150. Okay, so let's go ahead and initialize our horizontal and vertical values. So horizontal equals 0, vertical equals 0. So we want to parse through each line. So let's just go through for line in sample. So we can actually add a little shortcut for this. So we are just going to write command value equals line.split by a space. Okay, so we have this little shortcut here, and what it basically does is that it splits these commands by their spaces and then just assigns it to, we know it's going to have only two values, basically, like the split's going to look something like this. So we know there will only be two indexes in the array that will be formed from the split function, so we can just assign those directly so that they're easier to work with. I also just went ahead and added this so we can see what we're doing. Now we want to do, depending on which command we have, we want to add or subtract a value. So let's do that. Fun fact, in Python 3.10, if anyone has used a language that has switch statements, there is now something of an equivalent in Python called match case. So how this works is that if we have, for example, match command, so Pylance is complaining, but I do have 3.10, so this is fine. We are going to do, if the case is forward, then we want to do horizontal plus equals value. Case down is going to be vertical plus equals value up. In this case, we want to minus. And that pretty much is it. Then we just take this and we multiply them together. So let's take a look-see. Oh my god, yes, yes. So we know the second value needs to be an int, so I'm just gonna assign it here. There we go, 150. So that is exactly what we are expected to give. So let's go ahead and do that for day 2 input. Very large number. Okay. Very large number. Submit. All right. That's the right answer. We are 1 gold star closer to finding the sleigh. A bit after Christmas, but it's okay. Part 2. So once again, I will take a few minutes to process this and then we will come back. All right. So after taking a look at this, it looks like there's now 3 values we need to consider. So we have an aim, which starts at 0, and we have our horizontal position, and we have our depth, which is our vertical position. So now essentially up and down, they increase our aim instead, not our actual depth or vertical positive, negative thing. So we need to switch that up and add it to aim instead, add or subtract from aim instead rather. And forward does 2 things. So increase our horizontal, and now the only case that depth changes is when we go forward, in which case it's increased by the value of going forward by our depth, which has been previously affected by up and down. So just like to go through this example, for going forward, aim is currently 0, so depth does not actually change, we just go forward. Down, so we have an aim of down, so it kind of just tilts. If you imagine a submarine, so that's at 5, and then we go forward again. So if we add 8 to our horizontal position, so that changes. Now that we've added to our horizontal position, our depth also increases by what we have for our value of aim, which is 5, and then by how much we've changed the value for forward, essentially. So it would be 8 times 5, which is 40. We only ever affect the depth when we go forward. I think that makes sense. It'll probably be easier after I write it down. Initialize horizontal and vertical values, and we also have an aim. Aim, horizontal, and vertical. Our goal is still the same. We still want to keep track of horizontal and vertical values and multiply them together. So if we change our sample is still the same, and this is now expected to give us 900. And taking a look at that, yes, we still want to do this, and the only difference is that these now do different things. So let's go ahead and compute that. So we have an aim of 0. I'm just gonna set this back to sample before I forget. Aim is 0. So forward, let's deal with forward last. So down is going to increase our aim. Up is also going to increase our aim. And forward, what it does is that it increases our horizontal, and our vertical is going to be our value times our current aim. And that's what we're going to add to vertical. And that should be it. And then at the end we still do this. So let's roll that out. 900, okay, so that seems to work. Time to switch it back up. Okay, larger number. Let's hop that over here. All right. And we got another right answer, and now we are another gold star closer to finding the sleigh, and have completed day 2. Whoa! Riot Games are sponsoring this event? Yo! That's actually pretty cool. I need to go look into this now, because I don't know if anyone knows, I play League of Legends, and that is actually created by Riot Games, so that's neat. Let's actually just like click over here. It's nice to see Riot getting into the coding space, not gonna lie. They're already so huge. Also the music space, let's not forget the music space. This small indie company is literally making a break everywhere, so the fact that they're sponsoring this is pretty cool. So thank you all again for hopping on for this, and I hope everything I said makes sense. Alright, see you soon for day 3, friends. Bye!